going to proceed. I was waiting for Joe, but he can join when he comes. Uh, right before I get into the logistics of SampleOn and show you guys the back end, the publishing, and a few other functions, let's strategize quickly, just focusing on the movie sector, just launching and introducing and creating the buzz about the movies. So one of the things, we're going to identify with our platform is the lost revenue that movies can gain in time of production. During the production of a movie, the movie is being, shot at many different locations, and for the most part, that aspect of it is not promoted. Part of it could be because they don't want, nuances from people coming and whatnot, but it can still create a lot of buzz for it. It's a live experience, and if we can, show the production companies and strategize with them and show them the money behind it, I think they will see the big picture. Because I've spoken in just last 12 hours with a lot of people around me in office and outside, and they're like, yeah, we never know where the movies are being shot. We would love to go to some spot like that. So just a quick strategy was this, just kind of I'm going to run a few numbers. If every movie is being shot at 50 different locations during its production time, and we at SampleOn were to create these meet the cast and crew campaigns where it's not as much as like always shaking hands and those kind of things, that could be towards the end of the experience. But even if people were just quietly watching the production happen, I think a lot of people would like that as a bucket list form of experience. And let's just say there were 40 different spots this movie is being shot at, and if we were to send 2,000 people at each spot, that's roughly 80,000 people who we channel through that are now going to take pictures, post, hashtag, talk about it, and create a lot of social chatter about the movie, which is going to come out 8-10 months far out. And this 80,000, 100,000 people are bound to show up at the movie theaters times, and they're going to bring at least one person with them. So times 2, that's 160,000 people times, $10, that's $1.6 million potential revenue that is guaranteed during the phase of the production of a movie, plus much, much more. I'm just very at a bare minimum on the, meat on the bones. This could happen because nobody's going to go watch a production of a movie and not go to the actual movie. It's just more of a vested interest to like, hey, I saw this scene being filmed, I'm going to go check out that movie. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think I'm kind of on the line?
Yes.
So let me...
Yeah, I think that sounds great. I even thought of kind of an end-to-end experience for the person or for the people, so they kind of see the whole life cycle of the film from the beginning to the actual production in the theaters.
Exactly.
So they've been a part of that experience.
Exactly, and we can work in those 3 stages. We can work creating campaigns, experiences during the production phase. We can create, campaigns for movie premieres, not the high-level movie premieres, but we can, just because we have a platform, we can now be like, hey, we're going to preview movie in. We usually do in Hollywood, the Chinese theater, but now we're going to do some low-level movie premiering at 5 different theaters, just to keep the buzz going. And at the end of it, one of the things that we are able to do, which I will share with you, is create configurations giving 5 tickets in 300 theaters or 500 theaters. And the way we aggregate that data and the full automation of our system is able to handle that, it is just phenomenal. So what is 5 tickets to a production house times 500 cities? $2,500. That's nothing. That's the cheapest amount of marketing, a very experiential and tangible amount of marketing. People are going to fight over these tickets. We could have people lining up for these tickets, and that's just to create the buzz around it. And on top of that, once again, nobody comes alone and whatnot. So from the point of production, stage 2 point of premiering, stage 3 from, launching the movie full on out, our platform can handle these things very, very efficiently. And so let's get into some of those aspects. As you can see, everybody can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
So right now, I just logged in as a user, and I am seeing what's happening at SampleOn. This is the campaign I was talking to you about, the caravan. And I'm going to first show, how a campaign looks like. Caravan is done by Michael Muir, great-grandson of John Muir, here in California. This caravan is leaving from Murrieta, California to Florida. We have implemented their map in this Silverlight feature. Oh no, we just have an image there right now. We're going to edit a few things on this campaign. We just started this yesterday. So we're giving, 10 free reservations, people to reserve and just show up here. This company is going to have celebrities coming to the stops. People can, meet and greet with these celebrities. So this is just an event to create awareness and educational, but they're making it more exciting and with having celebrities involved, and they're going to do some musical things and so on. So we show all the details. We can put your links in here in the detail. We can go all out. Then we show some nearby experiences to the user. Then we have an amplify your experience. If there's tickets to be purchased, it will show on the right-hand section. Anybody who's attending the events will show up on the left, and we can start chatting with those people. And this works on our application, on our site, everywhere. Then definitely the map, what's going on. And then we have social stream, questions people asking. People can post on Facebook. And if this was a hashtagged event where the host created a hashtag, let's say hashtag the caravan, and any communication that's happening on any social platform about this event would show up under here as well. And let me share this one. This is actually just a test that we've created, but this is a campaign that I have reserved. So you can see I was given a confirmation number. We know that 3 are gone and 17 are remaining out of 20. This is just a test details. And this is the section that I was showing you about. So it shows everybody else who's attending as well. And I can start a conversation with them like, hey, you're attending this too, so giving the user more of a social interaction here. They can invite friends from here. I want to purchase for my friends, or family, however, I can purchase that from here. We can redirect the people to their own, the host site. We can send them to Ticketmaster. However they implemented this right section would be that part. Then we have this was the configuration I was talking to you about. Now this campaign is running in 3 different cities in California. We have the Modesto one open. I can go to the San Francisco one and it will show the San Francisco side of things. Then I can go to Santa Barbara side. And there are actually, more locations to this campaign, and we can check those more locations. So here are all the locations. So when we launch a movie and we have, 400 cities, the push notification from our mobile application is going to get sent out to everybody in those cities. So when I come to it from, from New Jersey or New York City, New York, I'm going to reserve my ticket from my city. And if I try to reserve it from, Kentucky, our system will guide them like, hey, you are in New Jersey. We have this campaign in New Jersey. Reserve that from New Jersey. And all the information I will, once I start showing you how to create and where to manage this, all that user information, the back host is able to see, okay, who's reserving from New Jersey, who's reserving from, Texas, who's reserving from, Miami, Florida, who's reserving from San Francisco. All that data is aggregated in one area, and then it can be filtered back out to the managers of these venues, so they only deal with those set of people. And there's so many ways to give and control that access to the venue managers as well. So this is just kind of going over the basic what a detail page looks like. You have your end dates, your cities, so all the information in the detail area of the campaign.
Can you show us, is there any way that you can show us a campaign that was already run so we can actually see how you're gaining the interest and what the results were of the campaign?
Yeah, so let me show you, let me get into this is a user profile, what a user sees, right? So I'm following a few people. Peters is our partner in Canada. He created this campaign, Northumberland County. Some of the people that a user follows show here. Some of the followers that are following this user show here. I have a message board. I can, chat with everybody. I have my push locations. I can add more locations if I'm always traveling and I want to add, Atlanta, Georgia. I can add it here and specify that I want to hear about, entertainment, events, what kind. And anytime that happens something happens in Atlanta, I get a push notification. I can be part of groups. I have badge system here as well. And we reward our users. Right off the bat, they get, 5 reservations. And as more reviews are done, more people are being invited, more things are being shared on the platform, we reward the user with more badges and their reservation count goes up. Setting, shoebox billing invites, you can invite more friends. My reservations will show up here and I can, check the QR code. I can chat with the business host. And after the event is over and the host or the promoter issues a review for me, I can take that review here. So let's get into the create and add the ad section of SampleOn. And let me quickly just show you one of the previous runs.
Before you go there, Herman, a quick question for you before you go there. If someone is in Atlanta and a movie is coming out, is being released in several locations in several cities, are they able to view their friends, for instance, in California, New York, Chicago, wherever, to have that interaction? Or are they only secluded to Atlanta?
No. So they can view just about everything and they can engage with it as well. And we have a control feature. So let's say you are from Atlanta and you are trying to reserve the one same movie, also giving 5 tickets in San Francisco. Our system will just give you a quick warning like, hey, we have this campaign in your city. And then you still go ahead and reserve it. What you will get is not a confirmation code right away. It'll say pending approval. And then the host gets a notice like, hey, somebody reserved it and they're in the pending queue. And then the host can communicate with the user like, hey, you're from Atlanta, this is in San Francisco. That person could be like, I'm actually coming to San Francisco, I'm already here. I know I'm from Atlanta, so and so, and you can approve them at that point. Does that answer the question?
It does, yeah, because I know you said earlier that it will flag them that they're located in a specific city. You're saying that they would be able to engage with people in different cities for the same movie.
Yeah, totally. We just kind of guide the user. It's just a little warning, not that, we take this off the table from them. So this is the ad management section, guys, what, most businesses will see. We came out from the user side. Now we're in the business side, the ad, how to create it. First, we'll create a page. Once our business page is created, we can definitely, and let me show you how the create a biz page looks like. It's just a form right here, right? Some things are mandatory. Some you can come back to, descriptions and Google checkout if you have a PayPal checkout, those kind of things. Once you've done creating the page, it will get approved. You'll get a call, for the client will get a call, blah, blah. And then you would go to create an ad. Well, let me actually go back to pages. I wanted to cover something about pages. So here are the pages, and you can edit the page. You can view the page. Let me show you how a page looks like. And Ms. Kendall, I'm actually coming back to your question about a campaign that we ran. So here's a description of our page, image, photos, edit page, insights. We give a few insights. We have 1 new follower, 4 total followers here this week, some of the activities, and all the campaigns that this page runs. Some of those campaigns will show up here, and anybody who attended the campaigns for this particular business or this particular page will, and they wrote reviews, will all show up here. And other users can communicate with those users. They can simply go on their profile and ask a question like, hey, how was this like, and so on. So a lot of user interactivity. And one of the things we do is we send not the movie industry but local businesses door decal, so we can guide those businesses like, hey, you had 500 scans this last month, but you never ran a campaign. You should, a lot of people are engaging with your SampleOn page. You should run a campaign. Let me go back out from here, back into the ads. So I'm going back to the advertisements. The pages are here. Also, what a business can do is, let's say they no longer want to run their campaigns themselves. They can connect the page to a local marketing partner of SampleOn. So I can simply just go and find, our partner in Florida, Daytona Beach, and Jada is one of our partners, and I will connect my page to this marketer, and now Jada will get a notification that this business has connected their page, and Jada will follow up with a phone call, hey, you want me to create your campaign, and she'll strategize and create the campaign. Once again, a little off from what we need to do, but I just need to show, all the little functions of the platform. Let me address Ms. Kendall's question. So once you run a campaign, after it's being run, it'll show up under your archive section. And here are some of the previous campaigns that we've ran. Pick Staff Happy Hour at North Beach was one of those campaigns we ran. And here is the view, purchase, and reserve user list. So once I open that, these were all the people who attended. JC, Harry, Gurcharan, Marilyn, Ravi, Harmit, Raylene, and you can see the list goes on and on and on. And these analytics would have, during that time, showed up a lot of analytics because these are actively running. So that data has like kind of passed over. I'll show you an active one too. You see their age, you see their location, you see their confirmation. So this was a San Francisco campaign. Every time you see a San Francisco, you won't see a green button here. San Francisco. When you see Mountain View or other cities, we had to approve them. So there was a check and a cross just like on this side, and we had approved these people to attend. And when we approved, they were issued a confirmation code. If we use the check-in process of the application at the door to check people in, you would have seen a lot of check-in marks here. This shows that all of these people attended, the redeem part, right? All of these people had attended. And some of the people were sent a review, some people were not sent reviews. So let me send a review to, Raylene. I click that, and Raylene now has a review for, so we just sent review, hey, how was the event? We can add a quick little survey if we wanted to ask. We also give the option to flag a user. So let's say this is, somebody who signed up and just spamming the system. You can go to flag and you can, like Andrea Lamari, do you want to report this user as spam? So if she gets spammed by, 3 marketers, 3 businesses, her account is like canceled. So I'm just going to cancel out of here. Then there's a number of options here on top. We show you average time spent, how many clicks this campaign got. Once you're at the door using our application, to check people in, we could do quick QR code scans, and you go here. And simply what you would do is, let's say somebody comes and says, I'm John. You would simply click on, J, and everybody with J would show up here, and you would click yes, yes, yes. You would check people in. So this is the check-in process at the door. We also have, we can print this. We can email this. Let's say I'm the owner of the venue and I want to send this to my manager. So I can quickly just email it to him, and he would get an email with all this user list, so he can, check those individuals in. There's more features, but they don't show up because this campaign has ran. So let's get out of here. Does that did that show you, Miss Kendall, like kind of engagement and activity that was in this campaign?
Yes. Just trying to get a feel for how it runs from start to finish.
Okay.
Do the users, are this just the general users when the campaign, that particular campaign started? What did they do? Just like put it in a certain region, and then this is coming from your user database, and then people start responding?
Yes. So this company created the campaign and they shared it with their own data through our system actually. And I will get into those aspects of our platform as well.
Okay.
So
So when you say they share their own data, they're not using your database.
well, we definitely promote it to our database, but some companies like to bring their own database and they pretty much just hand it over to us.
Okay.
And that's the beauty of it. You know, a lot of different industries are giving us a lot of different data. You know, we're getting millions of users from the scuba diving arena. We're getting, 15, 20,000 people from this caravan campaign that we're running. And so, everybody who wants to run a campaign and wants to hand over their data to us, we're good and great to take it.
Okay, great. But what I'm trying to, as it relates to that particular campaign, did they only use their data, and how do you control that?
No. So they do understand that, it's also going out to our database as well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you know that you're going to, be accessing 100,000 of our data and you're like, hey, can I chip 2,000 people into it as well? Hey, yeah, totally.
Right. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And so were you able to, for that particular campaign, were you able to track how many people saw it to how many people actually went and purchased, and did they purchase tickets ahead of time on this site?
We were redirecting the purchase out to another platform for this campaign.
Okay.
Yeah, we're strictly marketing, buzz. That's our job. We can do the ticketing, but we give the option of, you can put in your PayPal, you can put in your Google checkout, you can put in Ticketmaster or any other platform to do the processing for you.
Okay. So more of like a kind of like a thing where people, they're already getting an idea of who's saying they're coming, and then they use these same lists when they actually have their event at the whatever site they're having it.
Yeah, because we're fairly new, a lot of promoters aren't converting all together with us, and slowly and steadily they're learning to use the tools and those kind of things. So yeah, pretty soon this will be their go-to platform for marketing, social, sales, sponsor, like everything, right?
Mm-hmm. And what do they have to, and I hope this is not redundant, but what do they have to pay to be a member?
So the way it works is pay per time you use the platform. Every time you create a campaign, the extensity of the campaign, the configurations, the time, that all adds into how much you're going to pay for the campaign.
So where's that information?
Yeah,
How do we?
yeah, I'm getting to that right now.
Okay.
So
No problem.
these are the pages. We'll get into the advertisement. I showed you the archive part of it. Let's get into creating an ad. Now this is where most of what SampleOn is lies. It's a 5-step process, but the first step is just simply selecting a page. The second step is where you get creative. The third step is to upload any visual media, images, videos, those kind of things. Fourth step is just reviewing. Fifth step is submitting. So we've divided up, but there's only like one real step number 2. So first step, let's say this is a national campaign because it's a movie and it's going to launch, even though it's launching globally, we're just going to create a national campaign. So we're going to select national. Then we're going to select the business page we're creating it for. I'm just going to select SampleOn. It inputs all the information that we have in that page. If I want to at this point put in my Google checkout or my PayPal URL, I can input it right now. If I want to edit something, I can edit it in here, but everything is already here. Then we proceed to the second step. Now, the quickest way for any company to be on SampleOn is either gift card or tickets, right? But we tell the user gift cards or tickets are just two easiest ways to get your campaign on SampleOn. This is just a suggestion and not mandatory. You can be creative with your campaign. So, you know, you don't have to select anything. Let's go into the campaign name. And I talked about we're going to show you how we could create a campaign for, you know, the equalizer. So we're going to do the equalizer meet the cast and crew, right? We are wanting to give 30 free admissions. Some of the features I'm going to be talking about are patent provisional. We have, you know, provisional patents pulled on these, and that's what makes us so unique. That's what the real value of this platform is. We have this process called waitlist automation. Now, after the 30 tickets are gone, we have a waitlist feature. You could have thousands of people on waitlist wanting to get in with this campaign, right? That's the real power that we show to our clients. One of the powers, you know. Once those people are on the waitlist, you can just manage it manually, or you can run a waitlist automation, what we call. Once you do a waitlist automation, you can select that I want to convert, you know, 2 people or 4 people or 6 people from the waitlist. I'm going to go 2 people every 6 hours or every 12 hours or every 24 hours. I'm going to put it at 6 hours. So what's going to happen, let's say 30 people, these samples are going to fly off the shelf so quick that we're going to have a wait list of hundreds and hundreds of people. And if I don't want to engage with it, what I'm going to do is run a waitlist automation, and what's going to happen is every 6 hours, 2 people who are on the waitlist are going to get approved automatically and get a confirmation number sent to them and their data sent to us. That's what that is. The next thing is custom reserve button. Pretty soon at one point everybody's going to know how to engage with SampleOn, and this is very creative of a process. Rather than having that default button say reserve experience, we're going to get, you know, creative with it. I'm just going to put equalizer there. Get it. We also have a functionality for apps and artist launch. We can launch apps. We can launch, you know, there's a new artist upcoming and he wants to give 100 free downloads of his music. We can do that. We can integrate that. If there's a technology product, there's an app that needs to be launched and wants to give, you know, 1,000 free downloads of that app, we can handle that. But we're not working on that end right now, so we're not going to go into that. Now, this campaign duration, we want to purchase, you know, over 120 days. We want this campaign to run very long. So by default, in 1 week, we give 1 week we give free. But I just purchased 120 days. We're going to select a category. This falls under, I would say, and we can always add more in here. Let's just go brand launch expo. We'll have to add something in relates to movies and, you know, create those kind of events.
You had it festival, shows, concerts.
Should we do it under there? Okay, yeah, we could do it under there.
There's a lot of times people call movies shows.
Yeah. Then we're going to select the launch date. When do we want the campaign to start? Let's just say we want the campaign to start today, like right this very minute. If we selected this date to be the 30th, people are still going to see the campaign, but they're not going to be able to reserve it. It will have a clock down to the campaign. It'll have a, you know, a back clock down, and that can actually create a lot of buzz. People can go to coming soon, and, you know, even if you're giving just 5 tickets for one of the major movies, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean, you can have thousands of people just like coming and looking at it again and again and again, wanting to engage with it, right? So if you pick a future date of starting campaign, it still shows up on our site. It just shows all the details, everything about it, but people can't engage with it up until that day. But we're going to select the 24th, and because we selected 120 days, we can run this campaign, as far as 120 days, which is January 2015, 2022. If I was to select 1 week, I would only have a span of 1 week to run this on. I'm going to select November 20th, so on. Required check-in. How required check-in works is, let's say 30 people reserved it and 5 people have a flat tire. Now, we don't want that potential even freebie go to waste. So what our system does automatically at 6 hours prior to the event and 4 hours prior to the event sends a push notification and an email to the user saying, hey, you need to check in. If they don't check in those 2 marks, it gets deleted from their reservation, it goes back in the sample pool, and it goes to somebody if they're on a wait list. So there's no loss on that end as well. If I select required check-in, the time becomes mandatory, and we're going to select this event is at 5:30 p.m. This is the require approval process that we have. So the campaign first is available to everybody in the city. So let's say we're running this campaign in Atlanta, Georgia. If we keep the required approval outside of the city, then anybody outside Atlanta trying to reserve it is going to need an approval. If I select outside the state, then everybody in Georgia is going to get a confirmation code right away, and everybody from surrounding states is going to need an approval. And same thing goes with outside the country. So you're just your geographical sphere, you're growing and shrinking. That has nothing to do with the viewing of the campaign. Anybody around the world can view the campaigns on SampleOn without even being a member of SampleOn. Everything's open game. Set redemption date is something that we work for our retail clients. What it does, it tells the user that you are going to go and engage with the event after a certain date. Because in the retail industry, they don't want to run a campaign and right as it goes live, somebody in the parking lot reserving it and coming in, and the manager doesn't know about it. So what they want to do is they want to wait for the data to aggregate, and then once the campaign is over, then have people start coming in. This does not apply to this form of campaign. This is our editor. It's a purchased exclusive editor, and you can pretty much just go all out in here. You can expand that in a whole window and spend 2 days going as visual, as attractive, as informative as you possibly can. I am just going to put test, test, test. You can image videos, anything you want. You can go all out. You could expand that within the page here. You can shrink it. Like I said, you can open it all out. Is that okay? I just put test, test, test.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have campaign physical location. These are again 2 of our provisional patented, very exclusive distribution control and same-day processes in our algorithm of the software. So this campaign is running in Atlanta, Georgia.
Can you look and see for each city how many users you have for that city? If someone's doing a campaign, can they look and see how many users it's going out to?
No, we don't have that.
So there's no way to really tell how many people you're reaching within the just a general.
That's a lot of, I understand where you're coming from. That happens when you're creating a campaign on Facebook or you're creating a campaign on other media properties. Those are called clicks and impression forms of marketing, and for the most part that's just a hit and miss, because even if it shows you 2 million people, the conversion is very low, and most of those people, they're on the system but they're not, they don't have access, whether it's on the mobile, who's on computer these days. And what we're honestly trying to do here is revolutionize that 14-year-old industry, clicks and impression.
Well,
That
no, actually, I wasn't really coming from that standpoint. I'm just coming from the standpoint of when a business is doing a campaign, do they know how many they're reaching in a specific geographical location? Like, what is the potential? You know, there's no way to leverage. Like, is it 10,000? Is it 1,000? Is it 100,000? Even in terms of what's in your database, do you have anything that? Is there any way for them to know that?
we are not displaying that as of right now, but
Okay.
in near future we can display that how many people can view it. But like I said, because it's an open platform, if we
Mm-hmm.
say there's 10,000 people in our database in Georgia that could potentially see it, and you are trying to bring 2,000 of your own, and then you could get 500,000 people looking at it because they are not signed up with the platform. So that data we display later on to you once the campaign is created, like how many people you saw. But I get it, to just have
Yeah,
a
just as an
potential.
average kind of, if someone has a certain amount of dollars that they're, that's going towards marketing, how can they leverage whether or not this is something that's going to have the right visibility for them? That's my question. That's what I was trying to get to. But I think I understand. You guys probably going to develop that at a later time. But right now, there's no
Yeah,
website.
that's just a quick script to show who we have in the database.
Okay.
And we're fairly new. That's one of the reasons we're on a call here, because we're getting ready to launch and do these sort of partnerships to build that database and bring the content to build the database upon that content.
Okay.
So Atlanta here, street name, 123 Main Street. Now, this is going to be a national campaign, and we're going to add, more states. This is also going to be in Connecticut, city, city Milford, street 123, Main Street. What we have here is event date. Let's say this was an artist. Instead of movie being launched on Friday, one date, everywhere across the country, let's say this was an artist going on a tour. That artist is not going to be in all the locations at one point. So we are going to add, he's going to be in Atlanta on that first date we selected, but in Connecticut, this artist is going to be on the 26th. Add more location. He's going to be in fourth location on the 27th, and so on. And as you can see, the more locations you're adding, the cost of the campaign is going up.
Mm-hmm.
But this
So
is
the first part, which it says 330, that's for just I guess I'm trying to figure out how does it. Once this gets added up, then you get more cost for how much time people spend on it as it relates to that campaign.
Yeah, so we already have the time calculated into it. We already have the starting point calculated in this 330. And then as more locations are being added, there's bigger price being added, $114
Okay.
being added to it. Because you're
Okay.
literally getting a lot of exposure, outward.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So this campaign is a movie campaign. The movie comes out the same day everywhere. We're simply going to select same date, and it's going to take this event date part out. So now the system knows it's going same date everywhere. Now let's say, let me pick a few cities here. Florida, Miami, street 222, Biscayne. Then let's pick California, San Francisco. And here, let's say we change our mind that we don't want to give 30. 30 is too low to be giving, in 5 national cities. So we're going to run a distribution control. If we don't run a distribution control, what's going to happen is San Francisco could get all 30 and nothing would be left for Atlanta, Connecticut, Florida, or
Right.
Milford, Miami, and Georgia. Atlanta. When we run a distribution control, our system knows that there's a human error happening, but it corrects it. So now what I want to do is I want to give 20 in Atlanta, Georgia. I want to give Connecticut is a small, Milford, small town. I want to give 15 there. Miami is a big town. I want to give 45 there. And San Francisco also bigger. I want to give 35 there. So our algorithm already overrides your first selection of 30 admissions being given overall. And at that point, our system kicks in and it will, give separate amounts of admissions in separate cities. So, 35 in Frisco, Miami, 45, and so on. Social pass. Let's say we want to sell tickets as well. If we don't want to sell it, we simply select no social pass, and we're done with it. But we want to sell it. We can change this small message. Regular price of ticket is 10. We want to give a discount of 8. Sell option, sell via PayPal. I put in my PayPal and it's already in there. Like when people on SampleOn are going to purchase, they're going to be redirected to your PayPal account. I want to sell, 1,000 tickets all together from SampleOn. I'm giving a quantity. I want to sell 100 or 1,000. That's up to me. We can set levels, tiers for adults, children, or VIP, or backstage. However that goes, we can do the level setting here as well. Social stream. What you can do with social stream is, let's say this was hashtag the equalizer and people are talking about it on Tumblr, Facebook, Twitter, just about any other platform they're hashtagging it. We put our hashtag equalizer here, and what's going to happen is all that communication is going to be drawn into your campaign detail page into SampleOn, right? So that was the more brunt of it. Then we go continue. Then what we're adding is, some visual media on step 3. I'm going to just use one image here. I save this equalizer image. I can crop the image. It's very big. I can, run a crop to just this part, that part, or I can save without cropping, and I'm just going to save without crop. It'll look good. You can upload a short video, PDF, just about anything on this select flyer part, but it has to be less than 2 megabytes. And then you can add upwards of 3 images. One of the features we have is co-sponsoring, which does not apply to this. But what co-sponsoring traffic targeting does is for the events and concerts and stuff, we have local dealerships and banks and stuff who are saying, hey, we want a certain demographic to come to our location and we want to sponsor these events. So they are approving a budget of $1,000, $2,000 a month, and what they're doing, what we're able to do with that is work with the promoters. We introduce SampleOn to them, like, hey, here's a great marketing tool, but we buy the tickets up front and we simply address where the pickup of the swag is. So what happens is John is doing an event and the local bank wants to capture some of that traffic, and we create a campaign and we tell our user that this is a sponsored event. Rather than going directly to the venue, you have to go first to the bank to pick up the tickets. So the bank is able to work with a certain demographic. The dealers are able to work with a certain demographic. This is just a completely different selling opportunity for our partners. But staying back on focus with the equalizer here. So we've got a picture. We've got the flyer part. We'll go to the next part. Here we're simply just reviewing. There's nothing red showing up. Everything looks good. We're going to select the terms and services, go to the continue page. We're going to do a preview of the campaign, and equalizer, get it, some social media, your details, experiences. So just a quick preview of it. These are some of the cities it's showing in. And this is not the exact preview that it will show. It's just a draft preview, Once we go to submit, it's going to ask us to pay $672. we're going to, simply skip that with our promo. So we just submitted the campaign, and it is right now campaign status pending approval. While it's pending approval, I can delete this campaign. But when the first person reserves it, you see the cross has been eliminated, and now all I can do is create a custom URL for it. So these two replace each other. Right now I can delete it once people start engaging with it. I cannot take this off the platform. I can create a custom URL. Let me show you for this campaign, we created, if we want to create a custom URL, rather than having a big title, we want to go SampleOn.com, the equalizer, so we could do it, like people can get to it quickly. We can do that. Let me go ahead and approve this campaign. So now the campaign is approved. If I select sort by approved, we see that now we have a custom edit process here as well. I can still delete it because nobody has reserved it yet. Once the first person reserves it, this cross is going to go away. I can chat with the users from right here. If anybody has a question like, hey, is there a dress code? What time is it? Any question, we can communicate with the user directly here. I can edit the campaign, and we will not lose the data, aggregated data. We will not lose any of that. Right now, what happens if you run a campaign on Facebook, Google, or any other media platforms, because it's click and impression format, if you ran the campaign from 1st till the 7th and you made some error and you want to adjust it, the campaign shuts down on the 7th, and then it creates a new copy of the campaign to re-aggregate the data. So you can run as many edits as you want here, and the aggregation remains the same. These are called embeds, and I'll show you. You can we put the entire campaign that we created in an iframe code. You can put this iframe code on the equalizer.com, on the equalizer blog, on other websites, and people can engage with the SampleOn event without even ever coming to SampleOn.com. They can just engage with it right then and there. We also give you a HTML code of what we've created, and you can send this out, using your own email blast. But if you choose to use our email blast, we give you a couple options here. You can select this invite, or you can select this invite, and we're going to have more templates of the invite as well. So let's say I wanted to select this one, and I uploaded an email list of 2,000 people. It will invite those 2,000 people to come engage with this event. So you don't really have to deploy companies like Constant Contact, MailChimp. You're doing that internally in SampleOn as well. Going back into that, the next feature is QR codes. You can print QR codes. You can post QR codes. This is the QR code of this particular campaign, and we can distribute it out, we can peddle it out. That's the last thing we want to do, but it's available to you. Do whatever you want with it. This is called the admin side, and what I'm able to do is, for my Atlanta location, I want to assign John at SampleOn.com. So John can come to the platform. He will get a temporary access to the platform, and he will only have access to the Atlanta location user base. Then I want to select Milford and want to give Jamie at SampleOn.com access. Jamie will get access to only everything in Milford. Same thing, for San Francisco, I want to give it to myself, Harmit at SampleOn.com, and I'll show you what that does. So I just sent myself as that process. I got an email, SampleOn admin access. The equalizer, meet the cast and crew. You are now given access to admin this event. So I can go and see for a short time just who's coming from San Francisco, because I'm going to be at the San Francisco venue. So I need to know who is actually coming. Again, this is more of a provisional patent pulled on, these kind of things that we have. That's what keeps us separate from being able to run these kind of campaigns. We go back out, admin. So we went over most of these things right here. We can create a custom URL. We're going to call it, the equalizer. So what I want you guys to do is go to sampleon.com/the equalizer. I'm just going to put equalizer and actually reserve this campaign. If you are, everybody's in front of a computer. We also have applications. We can connect all our social media on here, and once we create a campaign and it gets approved, it'll automatically post to your social media, and those people can come engage with it. Some people are like, hey, if I'm posting it to my social media, blah blah. It's a double-edged sword. If you're giving and rewarding, outside people, you don't want to leave out your, internal fans. You definitely want to reward them as well. Is everybody still with me?
Yes.
So let's look at this campaign. Here is that campaign. This is how it looks like. The equalizer, meet the cast and crew. We're rewarding 30. I'm going to reserve it. I got pending approval because I tried to reserve Atlanta, Georgia one. If I try to go down here, I can purchase. Now let me show you more locations. We're going to pick San Francisco location, and I would have to now leave the Atlanta, Georgia one and reserve it from there. People can share that event, as we talked about. And here are your tweets by @equalizer. They'll start showing up here as well. And we're working on, we had a design, we took it out. We're working on more of a custom design to display that. So in between that process, we just have this here. But we should be done by that later today. We suggest our users, what some are the other things they can do. As you can see right here, we just did that. And this was a campaign called Max Ordinate Academy that we ran, and 156 people liked it. A lot of people engaged with it. Let me open that and show that to you as well here. Because it's done running, it says sorry all out. But what this campaign was, this company provides tactical training. And as you can see in the detail, we have a full-on flyer here. We have some text details, their website, see us in action, movie. We've implemented this movie. You go to the campaign, it plays the YouTube video that they have. You get the idea. We could put movie trailers and stuff in between there as well, right? Oh, here was the Silverlight function. We had the full-on graphic. We redirect people out to interactive graphic and stuff. They can check the details by clicking here. They can, send an email from right here. So this is more of an interactive guide that we are able to implement in the process as well. Images are scrolling so yeah, this company does just tactical training. Like corporations send their people out, it's a team building and whatnot. Let's go back in our advertise. Oh, seems like somebody reserved it. These two tabs only showed because I am the one who created the campaign. Guys, one of you might have to mute themselves. Okay. These two tabs, event and list, only show to me because I created the campaign. It's not going to show to any user. So I see somebody else has reserved it as well. I go to list and I'm able to see, not for this one, but Atlanta, Georgia one, I think. So I have Harry who's reserved it, and I've reserved it. And because we're outside the area for both of them, and we can see 4 clicks came to this page. And here are some of the analytics. We can run a lot of analytics here as well. This is all custom. And once this area is going to start aggregating more data, we can check the bounce rates, actions, and so on. You could go just about get any kind of a tracking on this campaign, unique downloads, unique outlinks, and all that. But I'm going to, I don't know if Harry's coming or not, so I'm going to actually have a quick word with Harry, like, hey, Harry, are you attending? And, if he gets back to me, I will do it, but I'm going to approve myself. So I approved myself, and as a user, I got this confirmation code. So that was, yes, Harry quickly replied, and it'll show right in the application here that, we're communicating. Let's get into the third silo of our platform, which gets even a little bigger. That's the reason we are on the call, because, we're talking about affinity partnership. You guys are bringing the content, but at the same time, you do want to make the money off of the platform as well, and that's where, the most power is. This publishing suite button will not show to anybody unless we code your account and give you access to the system. So let me quickly just go past some of these tabs here. Tracking, is you can add a confirmation number here, and it will show who's attending, and you can redeem them from this process. You can do quick redemption through QR code. You can do a paper, like we email the list to the user, and that's another process as well. Billing, your payments and stuff would show here. Every 10 purchases, we give a business owner 1 free campaign. Private event is simply, we were talking to San Francisco Giants, and they wanted to do suite sales. They don't want to do ticket sales, but for suites, they don't want to give suites to just about any Joe Schmo. They want to give the suites to their existing user base. So you can run a private event, and it works exactly like a regular campaign. But if I invited, Darius and Miss Kendall, then only they are able to engage with it, and they can't send it to me and I engage with it. That's not going to happen. So it's a more of a private process. Let's get into the publishing suite, guys. So this is for our, business dev and affiliate partners who want to bring more business to SampleOn. There are two things. There's an affiliate section and a partner section. Affiliate section is simply, you have 1,000 clients and you want to just blast about SampleOn to them, and 500 sign up. They pay SampleOn. Every time they pay SampleOn, you get 10% of that. So, and you can track everything. You can track all that. You can share your page, you can tweet it, pin it, Google Plus it, you can blast it out to an email list, you can put QR code, you can generate a code of marketing seal for your site, take this code, put it on your blog, your site, and people will, get a free campaign first time just to sign up. You can go to clients from here, and you can see all of your clients and all of your clients' pages. Every time a client creates an ad, you can see what they created and paid SampleOn. The partner side is where, the partner is actually dealing with the clients, creating the content. They are the ones who are doing the work. And you're entitled to 100% of those profits. If you are doing the work, managing, maintaining, doing that, then you get 100% of that. So when you create a client's page, let's say, you guys have a lot of your own content, but let's say other movies and other individuals, like we talked about, come to you, but you don't know where, they could go. You create a client page. It looks just like the first one, but from here, it'll send them a username and password, and they're able to see a mirror image of everything that's about to be created. Then creating an ad process is exactly the same like we just went over. Then what we have is the ad management, which is, that back process, what we showed you here. Once you create the campaign, the invoices end up here, and you can add a service charge. and you can send the invoice. When the business gets an email, they pay it. The funds show up in the money section, and you can see, if there are any pending payments. Like I'll show you this one. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to add my email and show you what that invoice looks like too. So we can send the invoice. I go to my email, invoice from SampleOn. So the business is going to get that email, and they don't even have to log in. We have special key codes running in the background. The business can click on promotion preview to view what you have created for them. And this was for an expired campaign, but it's from the system. It's been a while. Oh, here it is. So they're able to see, what the local marketing companies created for our business. And if I click pay, I don't have to log in. I simply go to the pay page, and the business will pay it, and they'll actually get an invoice in their system because we're running a key code in the background. And you, as a marketing partner, will see that money here in the money section, and those service charges, partner earnings, all of that will start showing here. The paid invoices will be status paid, pendings will stay pending. You can then go to the withdrawal section and withdraw. You can check the statements. These are partner documents. This is like a Google Drive. All our sales process, elevator pitches. What we do is we upload it into our drive, and it goes out to all our partners, so they can access just about anything. So these are some of the training videos that we had done, and they'll play right in the system here.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending today's SampleOn class. This class is for SampleOn affiliates on November 22nd, 2013.
So, if we have some video to share with our partners or some documents to share, we can do that directly, and it goes out to everybody in our system. Then we have a task management system called Sublisher. Let's say you're a marketing company of 50 employees. You don't want all the 50 employees to gain access and see the money statements and invoices, and you're the master account holder with SampleOn. What you can do is, assign managers and publishing managers and biz dev managers in your company and check their tasks, assign them clients. Let's say you have 500 clients and 50 employees. You can assign, 10 to each, and, manage what they're doing, what invoices are being sent, all those things right from this application. So we've built a task management system within our system, and that's the publishing suite. This will take another hour to show, train, and go over all that stuff as well. But overall, back to the marketing side, we're able to do marketing like this and get the most results out of those sort of experiences. Nobody else is doing it. People, we spoke to yesterday, they were like, oh, we didn't even know you could do things like that, meet the cast and crew campaigns and whatnot. So, and it's all going to leverage and benefit each other. When somebody's coming to look at the scuba diving or hot air balloon rides to tactical race driving experience, they're going to see all these other things, and they're going to go all different directions. All right, guys, so that was the most of it. Now, if you guys have any questions. Hello?
A quick question on the URL. I guess from, let's say, for instance, Beyonce wanted to use the service, but Beyonce wants to control her followers, and she doesn't necessarily want them to go to SampleOn, but she wants them to go to her site. Do you have the flexibility to kind of white label your service and allow users to go to her site, and you just power the service on the back end, power the experience on the back end?
One of the steps that I showed you was the iframe. and you can create the campaign, put an iframe, and put it up there. The value that marketing is, the value of us being a marketing platform is going to come by not doing all the white labeling, but like I said, so many different industries are going to be on here. It's going to quickly launch just about anything. And if she's going to use this service in a white label process, then there's not much of a value, because then she has to spend the money promoting it to people still to promote her platform. What by not doing white labeling, by creating the campaign and having the iframe on her platform, we are still sending thousands of people towards her site. So that's the way to go.
Right, because I could see someone at that level saying, I want to continue to drive people to my either Facebook or to my site.
And we do that. Yeah, we totally do that. As you can see, we actually reward our users to engage with the host's social and their biz page and any surveys that you guys will implement. The more they engage with the client, the more we reward them. But and we are all about driving traffic. Our logo is actually doors, like opening doors to just about anything. And but once you white label it, then you're kind of saturating it. Everybody's using it differently, and you're not creating a channeled process.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions, guys? What are your thoughts? We went over so many functions and features. They're completely out of the scratch, new to the industry.
Oh, what's the name? Hamath?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, this is Harmit.
Yeah, Harmit. Yeah, what I was going to say is I pretty much, from a marketing standpoint, can kind of see how we can do things and set it up. There's a gentleman that I would like to introduce you to, because he does marketing as well. And so once I introduce you to him, we've set it up where he would come on your platform, but he would come through us. I guess once we get our affinity partnership signed and agreed upon, we'll start bringing different people in that could use it, because pretty soon everybody will be using it.
Okay.
So I'll get some different people on that I know that have clients and have other stuff that fits it.
Okay. We just can't do MLM format. So if we are doing an affinity partnership, we can't do affinity partnerships with people that you're bringing. Those people have to be clients. They have to be like using it. Yeah. Okay. And you guys yourself are also bringing content, right? Because that's the reason we are communicating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have there's probably about quite a few content makers and things we can bring. So
we have to really take some time and talk as a team and really see how all of this fits together with where we are. So we can know it's so we can have a better idea. Of course, in addition to what Mr. Joseph is saying, all of this, we just have to talk and really, talk amongst ourselves and see where.
I completely understand, guys. Take your time, make the decision. I just wanted, you guys moved very quickly, so I wanted to, when you said, hey, we're just talking, I want to see things, I wanted to schedule the webinar rather quickly, so we're doing this, and now everything is, front and clear to you guys. Take your time, make a decision, get back to us.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was very informative, and I'm sure they'll decide how, we'll decide how we want to move forward with everything. As far as the database and stuff like that, we don't really have that in terms of contacts because of the level which we're working with.
And you don't have to worry about that as of right now, because we are planning on putting, a lot of eyeballs on the content. We're going to be doing our marketing pretty soon as well. So if from what I saw the commercial, what we've been talking about, if this is the kind of content you have, I don't think we're going to need much of selling to do anyway. People are going to come running for it. And at the end of the day, it kind of boils down to the platform that can handle, that traffic and being able to direct that traffic and being able to capitalize and optimize on that traffic. And that's what we built here.
That's awesome. You have a great job on the back end with all the different options that you have, people to choose how to do the campaign. So looks like a lot of time, energy, and went into the design of what you got going on the back end.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate that. We're running so many algorithms automated into the process, and what one of our members put it the best way. This is like PowerPoint, right? And when you're showcasing one of your just one second. When you're in a meeting and you're showing your next big idea using PowerPoint, nobody's talking about PowerPoint. Everybody's focused on the video, on the your content on the PowerPoint. So what our platform is, it's like PowerPoint. You could use the very basic to create a 3-page slide, or you can go all out and use all the functions and features to just mesmerize the crowd. So this is a channeled platform to do just about everything, and more features and functions are on the way coming.
Awesome.
So Joseph, you still think this is the next big thing?
Oh yeah, yes, most definitely. I'll have a meeting with the team, but since we've already kind of outlined what our part is in it, it'll be very simple, but it's going to be very big. Everybody will be using this stuff pretty soon. Everybody that wants to do the following 3 things, and then you connect to Facebook and Twitter anyway.
Exactly.
It's really simple. So I'll come up with something that our team can put together.
All right, sounds good. Look forward to it, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, guys.
It was nice meeting you all.
All right.
Well done. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Talk to you soon, guys.
Talk soon. Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.